So you also click on this video, which means you want to know the same reason as everybody else, which is why we left Assassin's Creed, why we're done with it. Now, before we say anything, keep in mind that we will not be saying the same shittiest reasons again, where some fanboys just pop out in the comment section saying that Assassin's Creed ended with Unity, Syndicate was the last true Assassin's Creed game, and it ended when Ezio's story ended. We're not going to that because we don't believe those are the reasons. We in this video will talk about our own personal opinion, which you may or may not agree with. So make sure to watch this video with an open mind. These are Faxx Spitters, and let's begin. Now, whenever I play any video game, the first thing that I see in the box art of the video game itself is the character. Back in the day, the games only featured one protagonist as their leading one. The chances of having dual protagonists or one male and one female protagonist, even though their character is just the same but with the gender swap, wasn't even a thing. It was considered weird back then. Things changed in 2013 when Rockstar became the first gaming company to introduce 3 different protagonists in one game. After that, this thing became quite common and other gaming companies started to copy them, and this resulted in the masterpiece Assassin's Creed Syndicate. The game had awful storyline, awful combat mechanics, and above all, worst and cringiest jokes.
Oh my!
Everything all right, my dear?
Do you require assistance? I never liked balls.
Which we don't know was not necessary. Just before you say anything, we're not against the idea of a female lead.
Oh, you sexist motherfucker.
We're not sexist, for God's sake, so don't say that in the comment section. But what we want instead is a good written female lead, just like they did with Assassin's Creed Origins. The game had 2 characters that we played usually in the storyline, and they were written well. There wasn't any sort of forced writing, which made you think that this edition was a forced one. You actually enjoyed the story and the moments between them. But after Odyssey, things took a darker turn. They made one character but separated into 2 different genders, which became a problem. People thought that Alexios was the canon one until they found out that he wasn't. The whole game, even the trailers, were made for Alexios, which made everyone think that he is the canon one. When the game released, they flipped the script and said that he wasn't. The same thing happened with Assassin's Creed Valhalla, where they said that both male and female will be canon one, which basically is their another glorious attempt to attract people into buying their game. And obviously the game sold a lot, but guess what? The female is still the canon one. No, I don't know what kind of obsession they have with making female leads the canon one, although you can alternate them with different games, like you can make Cassandra the canon one in Odyssey, then make Eivor male version canon in Valhalla, and do similar things like that. But they constantly bait the players, which isn't a good thing. But we can work with it as long as the character is hot.
Oh yeah.
They did a phenomenal job with Mirage by making Basim the central character, but we don't think they will do something like this in the future, because they're interested in money.
Malaga.
If the protagonist thing wasn't enough, there is another thing which we're pretty much sick from Ubisoft, and that is removing features from one game and then re-adding them back in the next. For instance, they added the option to lower your hood permanently in the game or wear it permanently, it's up to you, in Valhalla. In Mirage, we learned that there isn't any option to lower our hood aside from some cutscenes. Small features like this one don't add up much to the game, but they really make the game feel alive and responsive. You can definitely create your own scenarios with this and craft amazing gameplay videos for other people to enjoy. But they're not doing that. The same goes for the double hidden blade feature, which was introduced back in Assassin's Creed 2 till Assassin's Creed Rogue, but after that, no game in the franchise ever featured it. Aside from the RPG games and the newly released Mirage, this thing doesn't even make sense. But they already have 2 hidden blades, am I right? But this time, they hit it quite well. All jokes aside, besides these major features, some minor ones are also not consistent. They break continuity and create plot holes. Sometimes fans do a better job in crafting a story than Ubisoft. And another fact being that they are not consistent with their modern day storyline. In one game, they show that Desmond will be the next savior of the modern assassins, and the next game they kill him off and say that, oh boo-hoo, assassins are doomed. And they've been doing this shit for the past 10 or 12 years, where after every 3 or 4 games they introduce a new modern day character, build him or her up, kill him or her off, and then introduce a new one. At this point, we personally believe that they should scrap the modern day story overall, because first things first, nobody is interested in that anymore, and secondly, it had little to no continuation. Things are happening here and there which we don't have a clue about. But do you know what the worst part is? They finished these stories in a freaking comic book. It just doesn't make any sense. And with everything that we've just told you, we strongly believe something similar will happen in Shadows. Finally, I would say that Ubisoft used to be a greater company. They made quality games with passion, love, and commitment. But in the recent years, just like every other major gaming company, they're abusing their IPs. They're just using the name Assassin's Creed to reach a wider audience, because nobody will buy a game that is not popular. We saw that with Immortals Phoenix Rising. That game was also made by Ubisoft. It was also an RPG game. It was fantasy based. But why did it fail? Because it wasn't linked to a major game series. The reason why there are so many Assassin's Creed games right now is because of the fact that it's basically their never-ending franchise. Assassin's Creed doesn't take place in one era or another era, it can take place in all of history. You have thousands of ideas that you can toy around with and make the game. And this is why we get a new game after every 2 or 3 years. And as we say in our every video, that they should take their time and make a quality product. If not, then sell the rights of Assassin's Creed to any other experienced gaming studio. And we're sure that they will handle the characters a lot better. Again, before ending the video, we must say that this video was based on our own personal opinion, yours may vary. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comment section below, we'll read each and every one of them. We'll see you in another interesting and amazing video. Till then, keep playing, keep enjoying, and these are Faxx signing out.